If you've ever been told that stress is just mental or that you just need to manage your cortisol, you've been given only part of the truth. In Ayurveda, we've known for thousands of years that stress isn't just mental, it's not just hormonal, it's a force. It's a disruptive, destabilizing power that affects every layer of your whole being. And if we want to heal mental inflammation truly at the root, we have to go deeper than just the vagus nerve. Mental inflammation is this term that came to me when I was writing my book, The Inflammation Code for Hay House. And I realized what I'm trying to say is that our mind is creating the inflammation that we are physically trying to battle. So we have to go a layer deeper into the Ayurvedic texts and the Ayurvedic wisdom to understand it better. And so in Ayurveda explained that this exact problem centuries ago existed, and they understood how to teach us how to build a preventive lifestyle for it. So in this video, I'll walk you through the Ayurvedic term Sahas and why emotional stress depletes your deepest energy, how stress triggers Vata imbalance. It weakens digestion, it fogs the brain, and inflames the body, and why mental inflammation begins with Ojas depletion. I know this is a lot of new words, but you're going to learn them. Ojas depletion, and thus ends with disease. And the real reason Ayurveda insists on detox first before we ever add supplements or adaptogens. This is the missing science behind stress, rooted in ancient medicine. And it changes everything about how we approach burnout, brain fog, and healing. Hi, I'm Dr. Shivani Gupta. I'm an Ayurvedic practitioner who teaches us about how to use Ayurveda's ancient wisdom to transform our health here and now. In Ayurveda, the word for stress is sahas, which means sudden exertion, emotional overload, or extreme effort without any rest. And sahas doesn't just make you tired, it actively drains your ojas. Ojas is your body's vital essence. It gives you glow, clarity, immunity, and emotional steadiness. It's the most refined product or perfect digestion. And it's the perfect product of our food and our thought and our emotion all coming together to feed us in a balanced way. So when you go through long periods of fear, grief, or trauma, you burn ojas. And once ojas is low, everything becomes harder. You get sick more. You overreact more. You feel disconnected. That's why in my book, The Inflammation Code, I introduced this term mental inflammation, because these symptoms, brain fog, overwhelm, anxiety, fatigue, they aren't just signs of stress. They're actually signs of ojas depletion and neurofire, a body inflamed from the inside out. And this is a layer deeper than just cortisol. And this is what we have to heal. So Ayurveda teaches that we're made of three doshas, three elemental designs. These are the biological energies of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Vata is made of air and space. It controls your movement, your nervous system, your thoughts, your breath, and elimination. Vata is brilliant when it's balanced. But under stress, when you rush, when you skip your meals, when you're overstimulated, or you suppress your emotions, Vata goes wild. And when Vata is aggravated, your thoughts race, your sleep breaks, your digestion weakens, your breath shortens, and your memory scatters. So mental inflammation is actually a Vata problem first, which is profound to understand. The real root is a Vata imbalance. So when Vata is high and Ojas is low, the nervous system loses rhythm. Your mind becomes hyperactive and undernourished, and your body follows. That's why Ayurveda doesn't treat symptoms. Ayurveda treats imbalances first, not just your symptoms that are at the top and at the surface. Ayurveda teaches that the mind and body are one ecosystem. And mental stress doesn't just stay in your head. Mental inflammation is stress that spreads throughout your body. It starts to spread and cause fires everywhere. So unprocessed fear, grief, resentment, or anxiety create this heat. And that heat starts to travel through what we call Pitta channels. It inflames our digestion and it shows up as reflux, rashes, inflammation, and pain. And this isn't metaphor, it's really physiology. Stress doesn't just elevate our cortisol, it disrupts Agni, your digestive fire. And weak Agni, weak digestive fire means poor digestion of both food and emotion. How profound is that? And when that happens, you build up ama or toxins that stagnate in the body. So over time, this creates IBS, brain fog, insomnia, autoimmune flares, fatigue that no supplement can fix. Because it's not just a gut problem, it's a mind-body fire problem. So what does Ayurveda do about it? Well, we don't typically start with supplements. We actually start by clearing the root. Ayurveda always begins with purification, detoxification. That means panchakarma, or a modified version of it, which is a 5-step detox to release emotional residue and stress toxins from our body that are deep-seated and stuck inside of us. Number 2, Ayurveda teaches dinacharya, the daily routines of self-care that ground Vata and restore our rhythm and our circadian rhythm. Number 3, Ayurveda teaches pranayam, breath practices to calm the nervous system. Number 4, abhyang, oil massage, self-massage to rebuild safety and calm. Number 5, mantra and meditation to move the mind from rajas and tamas into sattva, sattvic, like a sattvic lifestyle of clarity and peace. And then, after we've cleared the decks, then we add in the Rasayana herbs that are so powerful. So once that fire is really cleared, and once Vata is grounded, then we rebuild the mind and body. We use herbs like Ashwagandha. It supports our adrenals, it eases that anxiety and improves sleep. We use Brahmi, which enhances memory, focus, and calms us down. We use Shatavari, which balances hormones and cools the body. We use Amla or Amalaki, which is a potent antioxidant for the gut-brain connection. These herbs don't override your system. They work with it. They restore your baseline. They're not lifelong crutches, but they're seasonal medicine to restore rhythm and clarity. And here's what I want you to know. Mental inflammation is real. But it's not just about the nervous system. It's not just about cortisol. It's about that emotional stress called Sahas. It's about Ojas, or your vitality. It's about Vata, the elements being out of rhythm, and the fire that builds when emotions go undigested. Ayurveda saw this thousands of years ago, and it gave us a roadmap. Detox first, then rebuild. Use rhythm, rest, and breath as medicine. And treat your mind as sacred space, not a side effect, and certainly not a dumping ground for content that doesn't belong there. If this video gave you clarity, please like and subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Let's restore your mind. Let's cool the fire. And let's rebuild you from the inside out. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next week for the next video. Bye, everyone.